Hey everybody, Jordon Gonzales here, bringing you a race from Homestead, Miami in the C Trucks Fixed. Driving the GRTX 238. This is the Project 7 paint scheme. Project 7 is a Bible study club hosted by students, led by students, completely done by students. This is for them. Starting in 4th position, leader takes off. Looks like I missed a gear there, or somebody did. This is strength of field of 1800. See that whole field behind us there. Trucks everywhere. Plenty of room for racing here. And really most of your passings will be done in the first lap or two. And then from there it's dependent upon how well you save tires versus the person in front of you. Challenge for the lead. Lap 3 of 45. Looks like the 16 is going to be able to pull it off. That's another Jordon that's out there. Challenge for 3rd position there, the 8 truck of Stephen Durham. He goes sliding up the track. Hopefully that means he used up his tires, that way I won't have to race him too much longer. He's definitely trying to take my line away from me, coming on off the wall. You're getting really high there in the turns. He's still able to hold some momentum now. Go ahead and speed it up till we find something interesting here. Well, I'm still racing for position back there. Looks like I'm getting challenged for another position. It's alright, I thought I saw something there. Ooh. The 13 of Spencer is blinking in and out. And now you can start to see a little bit of, well, gap between the top 4. Ooh, and a wreck right there. Let's back that up, back that up. The 4 car, the truck I should say, the 4 truck, kind of what caused this whole thing. So coming out. That's interesting. So the whole wreck and the turn that we saw is caused because of this right here. I lost control here. Let's try this again. Alright. So right here, the 14 truck loses momentum too much to the 10 truck. 10 truck, trying to avoid it, collects him a little bit but comes down still. 4 basically overreacts. He comes down quite a bit. Tries to correct it because he knows the turn's coming up, but he stays too low. Drives in very deep. Ends up sliding up, collecting the 14 again. Sending both 14 and 10 for a little bit of a ride. 10 into the wall, 14 just getting turned pretty hard. And he comes right back up onto the track. Everybody else able to manage to avoid getting hit. So that puts us on lap 12 of 45 with 10 laps on our tires and unlimited tires at our disposal. You pretty much guarantee everyone's going to pit. A little bit of hard charging there, catching up to the pace car. 8 truck there. Now this track is kind of special because you have to enter through that there. You can't just stay on the track and come down later. You have to enter there. In doing this, you're taking a shortcut technically. And on pace laps, if you're too fast, you can actually pass the pace car and get black flagged for it. So you see everybody trying to jam up, trying not to lose too much time to the person in front of them with the gap. 8 truck definitely left a huge gap there for people. And right here is the race off of pit road. The 17 truck, I think he missed his pit. Oh, look at that. I'm able to get out of my pit stall before everybody else. The 13 truck gets out first. And did I? Let's take a look. Take a look. Look, there it is. Looks like I was able to beat the Death Sticks guy off of pit road. So that puts me in P2 for this restart. That was a good pit stop, gentlemen. Good pit stop. Yeah, see the 17 dumps back down. He misses pit stop. 1 to go. Till green. Pace car is off. Spencer gets a nice little jump. He doesn't get too far ahead. No more than a truck ahead of myself. Ooh, a little bit more. Oh, goodness. Behind us, a lot more wrecking. And it looks like I'll watch the wreck here in a second. It looks like I got in front of him right there. And then we start rolling it down for the caution. And you can see that I'm not slowing down, so that definitely means that I had no instructions to. So I won the leading position based off of that when the caution came out. Let's take a look at the wreck here. So it started coming off of 2. And it just kept on going. So we have the M&M's truck here. surprised then why the wreck happened. He's just pushing way too hard. Taking 3 wide here as well. 21 did not know he was really 3 wide-ish, so he thought he was 2 wide and that the M&M's truck would drift up. The M&M's truck did not drift up, and that caused him to get sent into the wall. A little bit of contact there. Bam. Well, a little bit. Sends him into the wall. Slows them down. The 18 comes down, trying to avoid people, but instead just gets right where they were at. Collects somebody. What's that? 17? 12 truck. Sorry, 12 truck. Collects him. Turns him around. Hits the 7 car again. Truck, I should say. And the 5 gets collected. Nowhere to go, really. Gets collected again. Kind of a... And all that's basically because he got way too aggressive on that restart. Yes, you do want to make up positions, but that was not the right way to do it. So... Project 7, P7, is now leading at Homestead, Miami. Forgot to show you my paint scheme before. I have to do it the next video at the very start. Alright. Let's go ahead and skip through these pacing laps. Alright, 1 to green, 1 to green. Lap 18 of 45. So we have Spencer there on the outside, 13. You have Jordan in the cigarette death sticks truck behind me. Then you have Stephen Durham in the 18. I'm sorry, in the 8. My bad. Let's see what happens here. You see a little bit of a gap there. As soon as this pace car is off, I step on it, I get a decent run. And then you notice, again, on the last restart, I pointed out that the blue truck did not get all too far ahead of me. And what that did is allowed me to challenge him for the lead there in 3 and 4, which paid off because there was a caution and it put me in P1. So now here I am taking off from P1, putting a much bigger gap. So if there was something to happen in the field, even if he gained 1 truck length on me or 2, he wouldn't have gained the the P1 position. So you definitely got to make sure you set yourself up for success, because what you do now will impact what you do later. Having said that, at this time while racing this, I did not know necessarily the balance of speed and tire conservation. So that may add a little bit of drama later. I don't know if it's in this race or one of the future races that I'll be showing you. But it gets pretty interesting because I'm not that great at saving tires here. So you definitely see them battling for position there. And let them do that, because that means they're going to waste their tires, not taking the best line throughout the track. Let's go ahead and speed it up until we find something interesting. You see the 3 of us there kind of pulling away from the rest of the field. 8 truck back there kind of leading the actual pack per se, if that's even the correct use of the word per se. I don't know, I just use it whenever. Got in trouble in college for saying per se because I was using it correctly and I never really learned how to. So sorry all you English Nazis out there, or I should say language, grammar, English Nazis, whatever. If you get offended by that, just get over it. You see I'm pulling away here, so I'm definitely using up a little bit more tire. Don't know if it's maybe they use up tire too or what, but I am putting a little bit of distance here. And I will say, driving this track in the front is way different than driving behind other people. And it looks like we have a pace truck off. Pace car, I should say. A little bit of a wreck something here. But yeah, having clean air, it definitely changes how you drive the vehicle, and it's just amazing. It really is. Ooh, 4-car. Someone we saw in an incident earlier. Well, it looks like both of them. Both of these guys were involved in incidents earlier. So the 4-car is just not really holding a good line there, but you see he's got a lot of damage there in the front. And the 4-car, I don't know what he's doing there. He's just really coming down. He's really just coming down. Looks like he's trying to crowd the 14-car. But at this point, when I say this point, I mean, look at here. I mean, you're seeing the exit of the corner. So you have to be expecting them to come up. And you see him instead, he's coming down. So he is basically not even giving him room to race. So really, that's all the 4's fault there. Gets turned around, causes caution. I think it's just those two, no other issues. And the caution, yep, is out right there. Let's take a look. Everyone's going to pit. Yes, everyone's coming down to pit. I'm going to start calling all cigarette trucks the Death Sticks. Taking something from Star Wars. If you're a smoker, I encourage you to quit. Death Sticks. And that's kind of interesting. They put a really big gap between myself and second place, which pretty much guarantees me pulling out in front of them. I don't see how I'm going to get challenged coming off the pit road here. Good little pit stop there. Didn't rush it, didn't miss my pit box. Wasn't too slow getting in. Right side's down. Looks like I took only right side tires. So did the 16. Both of us had the same plan. Everybody else is taking 4. 13's gonna. Oh, barely manages it. A little bit of contact there. That was interesting. Anybody else? Yeah. So both Jordans took 2 tires here with less than, well, basically 15 to go right here. Pace car is off. Immediately on gas. And you see, I immediately get a good truck lead here, but they predicted it a little bit better, so it wasn't as big of a lead. But still, definitely a few trucks could fit in between us. So it's always good in your mirror when people are battling for position. So I'm cheering on the battle right now. Looks like Spencer was able to capitalize, but he didn't stay committed to it. He didn't stay committed to it. But he was still able to maintain the position. 10 to go at this line, after line. Looks like they're gaining just a little bit. And then losing right there. I don't know on this recording if you're able to see it, but there's a couple little black chunks that just randomly show up. It's actually rubber falling off of the tire. It's a pretty cool little graphic. That's funny, I left the assist on. Just now realized that. Should have turned that off before I did the recording. I wonder if I left it on for the other races. That's funny. Alright. 7 to go, putting a good little distance between myself and second position. Don't want to speed it up necessarily because yes, you don't want to just see boring racing, but this isn't boring to me. And we have 5 to go, and with 5 laps to go, let's go ahead and just watch it all the way out. You see battle for position back there, second, third, fourth, fifth, that 6th position. It's pretty hard to do after you put several laps on your tires. Because then the optimum line is the outside line, because they can just carry so much more speed through the turn than anyone on the inside. It looks like they're gaining a little on me here. And Spencer gets down, hits the apron, loses a little bit of traction, which is going to slow him down. Caution. Caution. Looks like the 4 car. Again. Oh, man. You see, he did the same thing. He comes down instead of allowing people room to come drifting up. So that's kind of really not so good driving. So I don't know who you are, but you need to learn to drive. And then he takes the room off of the... He doesn't ever drift up to the wall, which is fine if you want to be defensive, but but the 10 didn't quite predict that, and so the 10 trying to drift up to get his line entrance for turn 3 and 4. And then you have Mr. Aces back there getting collected. So unfortunate end to his race. And it looks like this race will end under caution. And that, let's speed it up, white flag. And 13 doing a little tribute there, making it a little interesting. And that is my first win at Homestead, Miami in the C Fixed Trucks. NASCAR Camping World pickup trucks. Again, driving Project P7, UPC IX 238 paint scheme. Again, shout out to all the kids in P7. Appreciate the hard work that you guys are doing and the leadership. Keep it up. Keep it up. This is Jordon Gonzales from Gonzales Racing Team. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Hey everybody, Jordan here, and I want to thank you for tuning in and watching the stream here today. I have a short little video to show you how you can support the Gonzales Racing Team. Right after that, we'll come back to our regular scheduled programming, and again, I just want to thank you for stopping in. God bless.